According to Encik Nabil Shahiri Haikal, a health supervisor in a construction company, HIRARC is crucial for identifying potential hazards and assessing risk before commencing physical construction. This systematic approach ensures that all workplace risks are thoroughly evaluated. Encik Nabil highlighted the distinction between job safety analysis JSA and risk assessment, while JSA focuses on specific job tasks. Risk assessment provides a broader perspective, analyzing all operational risks across projects and processes. The primary goal of conducting a risk assessment is to empower employers to minimize risk to workers' safety and health through effective preventive measures. Besides, Encik Nabil outlined 4-step hierarchy process, which are categorizing work activities, estimating risks, rating risks based on likelihood and severity, and implementing necessary control measures. HIRARC plays a crucial role in preemptively assessing factors that may harm employees and mitigating potential hazards. It enables organizations to proactively initiate, implement, and evaluate preventive measures to manage risk effectively.
I will explain why competent person conduct HIRA. Expertise and knowledge. Encik Nabil's success in HIRA stemmed from specialized training and extensive experience in occupational safety, particularly in construction. His education equips him with a comprehensive understanding of construction hazard, like a high electrical risk and machinery operation. His practical experience on construction site enhanced his ability to identify and mitigate risk effectively. Next is effective risk control measures. Encik Nabil excelled in implementing risk control measures adhering to the hierarchy of controls. He prioritized eliminating hazard and substituting them with a several alternatives, followed by engineering control, administrative control, and personal protective equipment, which is PPE. His approach ensures that chosen control measures are practical and efficient for construction site condition, minimizing incident and promoting a safer working environment. Other than that, safety culture. Encik Nabil is dedicated to fostering a robust safety culture within the organisation. He leads by example, conducting daily safety briefs and training sessions to instill a continuous safety consciousness among employees. His proactive approach includes the recognizing and rewarding employees who demonstrate the exceptional commitment to safety, thereby reinforcing a positive safety culture throughout the company. Lastly, incident prevention. Encik Nabil plays a pivotal role in incident prevention at construction site. Through vigilant monitoring and risk assessment, he identifies and mitigates potential hazard before they escalate into accidents. He proactive measures, including the emergency preparedness plan and drill, ensure swift and effective response to any unforeseen events. By reducing incident, he not only safeguard workers' well-being but also enhance the project efficiency and reduce associated costs.
To decrease dangers, two types of risk controls are used: current risk controls and other risk controls. Encik Nabil believes that the modern approach to risk management effectively avoids threats. Higher risk control measures are also in place for future improvements in case of an accident. The first work activity, moving human resources to the site, involves slight risk with several countermeasures. For new employees, little risk control is available initially. The first intervention is safety induction, a training program on laws and regulations. The second phase is toolbox briefings, informing workers about site activities and potential incidents. Additional controls include HIRARC briefings, CIDP green cards, work permits, passports, and physical restrictions. The second hazard is an incompetent machine operator, leading to mechanical failures. Risk controls include reviewing operators' license and competency, training, and offering in-house or external machinery operation awareness training. CIDB accreditation safety training and PIC monitoring are also essential. Ensuring all personnel pass through documentation procedures before joining a site is crucial to avoid issues with local authorities. The last risk in this activity is working longer hours. The current control includes rest intervals every 4 hours to reduce fatigue. There is a rotation plan, extra workers for sufficient manpower, and a resting area. A fatigue management system must be in place to ensure none of the employees become overly tired. The second level activity is MEWP lifeline erection with risks such as working on high ground. Controls include wearing safety harnesses and ensuring the working platform is stable. WAH training is essential for all workers to appreciate the risks involved. Encik Nabil must advise workers not to work at heights if it's dangerous. Falling objects are another risk. Hard hats must be worn and areas below should be sectioned off to prevent access. Safety signs are crucial on site, especially for foreign workers who may not understand the local language. Ensuring all workers receive WAH training helps prevent severe injuries. The final work activity involves clearing excess parts. Current risk management strategies include sorting materials in designated areas, preventing material overload, and maintaining proper housekeeping standards. All entries and exits must be kept clear to ensure safety.
As with any other segment of the construction industry, there are many working conditions within AME constructions, and all have their own specific hazards. Understanding the foregoing risks is crucial, and the implementation of effective measures necessary to ensure the well-being of construction workforce. This illustrates certain contradistinct importance of safety precaution by reviewing numerous working circumstances in AME constructions and the related dangers. In construction projects, for instance, the most frequent true risky operation during the project is that it comprises of doing structural and non-structural works at height by ladders, scaffolds, roofs, and other working at heights which are at and above ground level on structural steel frameworks. In this post, the writer provides a detailed discussion on how to prevent dangers and the types of risks that are likely to be experienced at higher levels, from the discourse on worker safety for workers at higher levels. What is quite shocking is that the highest risk and the overall number of death and life-threatening injuries are observed in cases where the accident occurred during the construction of the site. Electrical work involves the constructions, management and repair of electrical systems that are formed conduits of every building. Despite this, it has the following risks, which if one disregards, he becomes vulnerable to suffering or even death. This hazard concentrates the risk involved with electrical work in the construction area and introduces recommended measures from the risk affecting the welfare of the electrical workers. The general risk applicable to electrical works is of electrical accidents, which the danger that appears most frequently is electric shock, and this is gotten mostly by meeting power cables or other electrical apparatus. As mentioned earlier, AME construction has numerous working environments, and this comes with certain risks. However, the construction businesses can reduce the probability of such incidents by as much as the entire foregoing hazards are determined and adequate safeguards instituted.
Risk assessment uses a mathematical formula to determine if a hazard poses a risk. It involves multiplying the likelihood of an event by its severity to assess the overall risk level, whether it is low, medium, or high. Encik Nabil discussed specific work activities and their risk. Manpower mobilization to site was deemed low risk due to rare incidents and minor injuries. In contrast, incompetent machinery operators pose a higher risk, which is rating 3 because of potential serious injuries. Operations at elevated places and with falling substances carry a medium risk, which is rating 12. Due to the potential for fatal consequences, these insights highlight the need for careful risk assessment to mitigate workplace hazards effectively. Lowest risk activities which contain completed construction work and general house arrangements pose minimal hazards with low risk assessments.
Worker protection is a critical concern, and Encik Nabil diligently conducted PESTEL and HIRARC assessments despite the latter being time-consuming. HIRARC requires periodic updates, especially after ISO changes or workplace accidents. Encik Nabil emphasizes through hazard identification, analysis, control, and mitigation. The risk metrics show a medium risk level of 12 for this task, deemed sufficient without needing further reduction. However, as a safety supervisor, Encik Nabil stresses continuous vigilance to prevent future mishaps. He highlights HIRARC's effectiveness in reducing construction accidents when implemented rigorously. HIRARC proved essential in preventing construction accidents and should be integral to site safety management practices. Enterprises must ensure workers understand and mitigate risks to avoid penalties and injuries. In conclusion, risk assessment informs safety decisions by evaluating and managing health and safety hazards effectively.